What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to the YTBC. Some rumors going around. Shout out to Boxing News 24. They saying that Demetrius, Andrade and Sergiy Sergiy could be the co-feature to the April 28th card HBO putting on with Daniel Jacobs and Gary O'Sullivan. We know that apparently Sergiy management was saying that Andrade pulled out of a fight at the last minute where they was going to be the co-feature to David Lemieux and Billy Joe Saunders. Now it seems that, according to ESPN, according to Boxing News 24, ESPN is reporting now that Andrade and Sergiy Sergiy might be the co-feature to that, and Andrade might finally step up and face this guy. And this guy like Sergiy is like 11-0 with 8 knockouts. He was Olympian as well. Andrade was Olympian, so. It's an interesting fight because Sergiy, is willing to put his #1 mandatory status up against one of the most talented American fighters out there. When he do fight, he's active in Andrade, and he looked pretty good versus Lantes Fox last time out. Now this is a step up in experience. I know Fox probably got a little bit more fights than Sergiy, but Sergiy was a step up in talent wise, and he had a better amateur background than Lantes Fox. I could pretty much bet that. And Andrade. Or Andrade, however you want to say it, finally, you're going to step up versus somebody. Sergiy Sergiy is trained by the same trainer that trains Daniel Jacobs and Andre Rozier, which I thought he was top 2 or 3 for trainer of the year as well. He had a great year last year. And we'll see, man. We'll see. Andrade has been, talking a lot of crap. And this will be one of those, it becoming less and less rare occurrences where the co-feature is better than the main event. Sergiy Andrade is probably a better, more interesting fight on paper than Gary Spike O'Sullivan and Danny Jacobs. I think we all can agree. I think a lot of people be looking forward to that. And if Andrade wins, he'll be the #1 mandatory to Triple G's IBF belt. He'll put himself in a better position to get a Triple G fight than Danny Jacobs, in my opinion, because Danny Jacobs is not his mandatory no more. When he was a regular WBA champion, Danny Jacobs was Gennady Golovkin's mandatory, in the IBF. Sergey's #1, WBC, Jamal Charlo's #1, or the winner Jamal Charlo and Hugo Centennial Jr. be #1. On the WBA, I'm not sure who's the highest ranked. Oh, Ryota Marat is the regular WBA champion. So at the end of the day, Andrade can't. I know it's to him it's a risk, and it's kind of, it's kind of, people looking down on, like, y'all gonna send me a guy with like 11 fights? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, come on, that's disrespectful. But at the end of the day, it's still a step up in competition from what he's been fighting of late. And when he fights, he's not active at all. And last time he fought in October. This time he can get it in April 28th and come back at least fight once or twice more times this year. And he be Triple G mandatory. And then there's no excuses. So Triple G, finally accepts his fight. Or Canelo accepts his they mandatory. If Canelo beats Triple G, then there no excuses. Ain't no more hiding and ducking. You getting your chance to showcase your talent. I know he has the talent to beat Triple G and Canelo. Just the fact does he had a belief and a confidence, because it hasn't been, he hasn't been believing in himself. Been pulling out and ducking and not fighting and running his mouth more than he running his hands. And it is what it is. And Sergiy, man, we'll see what he got. He's a tough, strong guy. I'm pretty sure Andre Rozier will have him ready. I look forward to breaking down the film if they're going to come together and make a fight. I believe when they're in the ring. I think Sergiy doesn't mind fighting Andrade. I think Andrade would have been called him. He's just, I don't know. Is he lacking confidence, or he just thinks he's better than everybody? He thinks he deserves better than this, but you don't deserve better than this when you don't fight. You're not active. You ain't beat no names in a long time. I mean, you were so inactive. You lost your WBO title. You pulled out of different fights. You ducked different fights for whatever reason it was. You called out guys and then pulled out and backed into a hole and wasn't heard of, and then come out talking about how this guy, wasn't giving you the right price and all that. We don't care about that. One guy you said, hey, he priced himself out. He didn't give me a good price. But you said like several different times he's been talking about, the money wasn't right or something wasn't right about the fight. Go fight Sergiy, become Triple G's IBF mandatory. If Canelo beats Triple G, you can, you be Canelo's mandatory, or, whatever it may be. Just put yourself in a position to get that big fight. Stop thinking you entitled to a big fight, because you're not nothing. Nobody considers you a top guy. You should be what Terrence Crawford is right now. But that's what your talent indicated. he took his time moving up in competition. He fought on ESPN Friday Night Fight so many times. We thought it was his home base. So it's time to start putting the pedal to the metal and start Sergiy. It's a dangerous fight, but I believe Andrade has the skills to pay the bills and become, the IBF mandatory, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'll link the article in the description and everything else. And shout out to everybody in that boxing grind. We're going to come right back with